everyone, welcome to Tesla Emperor Without Clothes. Earlier this week, Piper Sandler's transportation technology analyst Alex Potter issued a new $1,200 price target for Tesla. While we are just kicking off our channel and we work on our upcoming videos deconstructing the hype and falsehoods behind Tesla, we took a look through Piper Sandler's definitive guide to investing in Tesla and decided that we needed to immediately respond to the note and set the record straight. The supposed definitive guide is extensive, so we think it will take multiple episodes to break it down, but let's get started. To begin with, we note that Alex Potter claims that 20 to 30% of Tesla's future revenue could come from Tesla Energy. We highlight this now because we wanted to make clear that Potter is a transportation technology analyst, and his bio on Piper Sandler's site clearly indicates as much, as you could see here. He covers a variety of auto manufacturers and delivery services. We really don't understand how this makes him remotely qualified to opine on Tesla's energy business or Tesla's projected revenues in the energy industry. But we digress. So, Piper's definitive guide is a 104-page document, and as we said, it's going to take us some time to walk you through. But please don't confuse its length for having much substantive content. Ultimately, we're not a stock or company valuation channel, and we do not want to parse out Piper's discounted cash flow model so much as we'd like to show that the assumptions that Potter made going into it are flawed, or often pure fantasy. You'll see from Potter's opening note that his model is a 20-year discounted cash flow, which is a very long amount of time to project the growth of a volatile company like Tesla. We're going to quickly jump to page 82 of Piper's document, where they make clear that their new price target is, quote, mostly due to the inclusion of new vehicle models in our long-term forecast. They further elaborate that their more detailed, full self-driving modeling is also a contributor to this value. Thus, we'll have to pay close attention to the auto sales projections that Piper is making, as that number naturally will have a direct effect on the number of FSD subscribers Tesla retains. You'll see in the prelude that Potter is projecting Tesla selling over 9 million cars annually in 2030. Interestingly, he also notes Tesla's growth opportunities include HVAC, which at this point is simply not even a product on Tesla's drawing board, and auto insurance, which Tesla provides on a limited basis to California buyers only, likely as an incentive to entice car sales. Saying that these supposed opportunities should have an impact on Tesla's valuation is like saying Apple should be worth another $50 billion because it could think about getting into the plane-making business. It's pure conjecture. The first 11 pages of the guide set forth Tesla's existing cars, while page 12, shown here, speculates as to future potential products. There's the $25,000 hatchback mentioned during Battery Day, which exists merely as this rough sketch, and if you know Musk and Tesla, you know that they're fond of artist impressions and animated video of upcoming products. It could perhaps come in 2023, as noted here, or 2024, or maybe never. The second product is a potential van, or small crossover, or whatever else you could imagine. But to be clear, nothing on this page remotely exists. There's nothing quite like forecasting and setting price targets with your imagination. Page 13 is interesting because it mentions Superchargers, where Potter does some math and multiplies the Model 3's battery pack size by the going rate at a supercharger to show you how much revenue Tesla collects to fill a Model 3. Shouldn't Potter know more about the EV world than to suggest that a Model 3 arrives on empty and sits around a few hours to fill to 100%? For those not in the know, EV charging is usually most time efficient between 30 and 80% of battery capacity, as the rate of charge drops off to come to completely full. Also, charging beyond 80% could limit the battery's longevity, as shown in this Inside EVs article and even tweeted by Musk himself. On page 60, Potter then rounds up his cost per fill-up to $20, multiplies it by 15 times per year, which at the Model 3's advertised range means 5,300 miles per year are coming from supercharger electricity, and multiplies that by the vehicle population to arrive at $420 million per year of revenue. But aren't EV advocates always telling us that one of the joys of EV ownership is that you start your day with a full tank every morning by charging at home, and that you rarely use a supercharger? We can guarantee that you're not doing empty to full charges, that's for sure. Judge for yourself, but Potter's projections seem optimistic. On page 19, Potter covers Tesla energy storage products. He manages to list the positives of grid-scale storage relative to alternatives such as peaker plants, but fails to mention how such products also have a much narrower use case than peaker plants, i.e., they only store a few hours worth of power. They don't actually have the ability to generate power and are really just an add-on to solar and wind installations. Also, he notes the 2017 Hornsdale project in Australia, which was surpassed by the more recent Gateway project in California, which in turn is more than double the size of Hornsdale. And, this is critical, Gateway uses LG Chem battery packs, not Tesla. We say this because when Potter tallies up huge revenues for Tesla in various sectors, he always fails to mention that there's plenty of competition and that these competitors are not going to be sitting idle and watching Tesla take their market share. Page 20 covers Tesla's solar roof business, where Potter notes that the rooftops are built in New York. Interestingly, there has been very little availability of these roofs, and when there have been installs, some of the crates in which the tiles have arrived say made in China. Also, note that Potter simply multiplies the number of rooftop installs done in the United States by the typical cost of a solar roof to arrive at the market size of $165 billion per year. You heard that right. Potter is assuming every single roof in the U.S. going forward is a solar roof. This is obviously not the case for a variety of reasons, including, first and foremost, that a solar roof costs multiples of what a typical asphalt shingle roof costs. Page 22 covers some of Tesla's fantasy businesses, including AutoBidder, which has been deployed extremely sparingly and for which it is virtually impossible to assign any direct revenue. The HVAC system being spun from the Model Y's heat pump is an interesting bit of projection of Tesla into a space where it has zero experience. It's akin to saying Tesla will be Anderson and Pella out of the home window business because it makes great windows for the Model Y. Laughable. While not significant, we have to raise page 25 because Potter notes that Tesla Tequila and the short shorts have a real impact on P&L. See? It's not just a car company. Potter then fantasizes about Tesla's insurance business, using strong words like it may be a game changer, and the financial impact could be real. And here's where we can start to break down Potter's numbers. He bases his car insurance argument for a robust insurance business on there being 15 million Teslas on the road in 2025, a mere 4 years from now. Let's run the numbers. As of March 2020, Tesla had produced 1 million cars. They made a little less than 500,000 cars in 2020, so let's say that as of this moment, they're at 1.45 million cars on the road. Per Tesla's Q4 investor deck, they claim Fremont has a capacity for 600,000 cars, and Shanghai has a capacity for 450,000, although as of this moment, its run rate is 250,000 cars. The Austin and Berlin factories are supposed to have a capacity of 500,000 cars, and are supposed to start production at some point this year. Let's say they get 250,000 out of Shanghai this year, and 50,000 combined out of Austin and Berlin as they're just starting up. That leaves us at 2.35 million at the end of this year. Let's generously assume all factories are at full capacity and the demand is there to support it going forward as of 2022. So they'll tack on 2,050,000 cars to reach 4.4 million at the end of 2022. Let's say they juice capacity even further in Shanghai and are making 2.1 million cars a year. So they're at 6.5 million at the end of 2023 $8.6 million at the end of 2024, and $10.7 million at the end of 2025. Oh, wait, what happened to Potter's 15 million cars by 2025? This miss of 30% will put a big hole in this discounted cash flow for not just the automotive sales business, but also FSD and the mythical insurance business. Oops. I must say, we also get a kick out of the meandering non-committal Musk quote. Why would they even include this in a deck? It's preposterous. As you can see, Piper Sandler's so-called definitive guide on Tesla justifying their $1,200 price target is rife with holes and inaccuracies. And we're just getting started. We're going to sign off for now. We'd like to thank you for watching. We're working hard on part 2 of this series, dissecting Piper Sandler's price target and the supposed definitive guide. Please give us a like and share it with your friends and subscribe, and we look forward to sharing our next episode.